Hi, Jen Schumacher here. We are here at Pink Flamingo Studios in Satellite Beach, and I have a special guest today, Melissa Parker, who wears many hats here in Brevard, and we're going to talk about a few of those today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming to the studio. I loved showing you around, and I cannot wait to learn more about what you do here in Brevard. I feel like I've just skimmed the surface, so let's hear
There's
it.
a lot.
Yes. All right. So I read that you weren't always in Florida. You moved here from South Carolina. So tell me about your roots here on the Space Coast and what makes this community special for you,
Right.
both personally and professionally.
Okay, great. So my father was in the Air Force. So I was
Okay.
born in South Carolina, and every year and a half to 2 years, we moved across the United States, lived in Ohio, lived in Oklahoma, lived in Florida, up in the Panhandle, and then landed here at Patrick Air Force Base. This is where my dad retired. I was in junior high at that time, and then went to Satellite High School. That's where I met my husband, Ted.
Okay.
Yep. So go Scorps. And so we lived in Orlando for a little bit. I'm a nurse, as you know. And so I worked out there as a nurse, and Ted had gone to UCF and finished his degree and started Revolution Technologies out there. And we met up again 13 years after graduating from high school. And that's where the magic happened. And so after getting married and having Brendan, our son, we moved back here because we had family here. My whole family was still here. And, this is the place I've lived the longest. And it's just so much in my heart. I love the beach. I love the water. I love the community. People here are so... I just, they're so supportive of everything that we do. And I think that's very special.
It is extremely special. I feel that a lot of us that grew up here, we want to spread our wings. We think there's bigger and better out there. And so many of us go out and try, but we end up coming back because we love it here.
It's true.
Small community means good things. It means a big impact. And that's exactly what you're able to do. So, so I definitely see that. So go Brevard. We love you. So you mentioned your son, Brendan, and that is going to tie us into the next topic, which is your main passion, the Parker Foundation. And this is for autism and child development. So for those who don't know, can you tell us a little bit about it and how it evolved and where we're at now?
Yeah, so Brendan was diagnosed at the age of 4, even though we knew something else was going on. And we got that diagnosis because we wanted him to start at the Scott Center for one-to-one applied behavioral analysis therapy. And he made great progress there. But then he aged out at the age of 6 or 7. And then we kind of felt like, all right, what do we do now? And this was some time ago. This was about 10, 11 years ago at this time, and just kind of felt lost. I felt like we really didn't belong. I couldn't get him into any sports or activities that he really liked. So I tried to think outside the box a little bit. I actually would book birthday parties at a local gym here and say, hey, I'm going to bring all of Brendan's friends, and you can't say no to a birthday party, right? So we would have a lot of our friends with children that have autism, and the people could see that they could handle it. There was something about it with this little gymnastics birthday party that we had. And it was allowing us to just connect with them and to be able to show them that, yes, they could do it. And I think that was one of the things that kind of like opened our eyes to a possibility of being able to utilize existing resources here in the community. The next thing was working with West Melbourne Little League and their Challenger League. They contacted us to be a sponsor of their Challenger League and say, hey, we needed a coach. So we partnered with another family and we started that Challenger League team. And that's really where the magic happened. We had the siblings come out and play. We had some buddy teams come out that they helped us coordinate. And we just knew that this was what it was supposed to be, the Parker Foundation. So we started 10 years ago. We're a 501c3 here in Brevard County, serving mostly Brevard County families. However, we do have families and volunteers from surrounding counties here in Central Florida come out for the fun.
Wow.
Yes, because there is a lack of resources across Central Florida everywhere.
Yeah.
And so we're happy to have them come and visit us, if they want to make the trip. But we do free sports, arts, education, and safety initiatives and programs. Everything is free for our families and the community. And yeah, this is for children with autism, their families, their siblings, and our community, and also those with special needs, because I just can't say no. And I want everyone to be included.
That is so special.
Yeah.
Like, what a gift, and what a way to carry on maybe the lack thereof that you felt when Brendan was small or growing up. So that's amazing.
Thank you.
That's truly amazing. So what other programs besides what other programs are involved with the Parker Foundation?
Yeah,
There's so many, right?
We do have a lot, and it's always growing because there are opportunities that are provided to me, and I want to jump on that, you know what I mean, and utilize everything that we have available. But we have Speak Through Sports, Speak Through Arts, Speak Through Education, and then we have Swimming on the Spectrum. So this is very unique and interesting. We've been doing this for many years, but the past 3 years we've been working with Jeremy Hansen. He's a wonderful instructor here. Floating Coconuts is what his business is called, but he is like the swimming child whisperer. He is so amazing with the kids. And this year we were able to work with 12 families, 12 children, and he had 10 of them floating by the end of the summer. So that is so amazing. And we're thankful for the Special Olympics Brevard team. They let us use the shallow end of their pool. My son swims on that team. So it's really great to be able to partner with other organizations and to be able to work together. So that is another program that we have. We have Hey Mama. I'm not sure if I mentioned that one yet, but that's our moms group that we have. And it's growing. We usually have between 20 and 30 women that attend these events. And we have, it's just a time for connection, for us to get together. It's a safe space so that we can vent and we can really dig in with each other's experience to be able to help each other out. We focus on self-care and just really building a connection of moms here that are supportive. We go for walks too, to get outside and get healthy and meet up for coffee or even wine sometimes. So it's really special. So that's another program. And then last we have the Be a Buddy initiative. That's where we're introducing our families to the community. So it can be different businesses or organizations, and it can be students that want to come out and volunteer. And the great thing about it is they volunteer doing something that they love. And this is a great way for kids to just knock down all those barriers, just to being comfortable around each other. Because when we all get on the ball field, guess what? Everything goes away and we're just having a good old time out there.
Oh my goodness. So what do you do in your free time, if there's any? I mean, it sounds like you're tied up, but it's all good. It's so impactful. It's so special. And I guess, I don't have experience in this, but listening to someone who does, when you're faced with a hard situation and something that wasn't expected, you have to lean into it. You have to become comfortable with it, and you have to embrace it. And whether you embrace it being part of a group or whether you embrace it in your case by helping others, it's just huge to be able to do that. So turning pain into power, and overcoming, because that was really what got me. I was definitely just withdrawn and very depressed at the beginning. And I just wanted to just kind of go into my own little hole, and I thought I could fix everything, but I needed people. I needed my community, and the more I serve, the more it fills my cup. And it's all family centered. So what do we spend most of our time doing, with our family? And so it's a great way for me to serve both, my family and the community. Yeah. And also for your son to be around others and interact with others like him. And he has a sibling as well, right?
Yeah, I have
How
a
old?
daughter, and she
Okay.
is 16. She goes to
Okay.
Melbourne Central Catholic High School.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a cheerleader. She's highly social.
Yay!
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And she's very good to her brother too.
Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, she's a
Very
good sister.
good. Oh, right. So I already asked about like when do you have your free time, which obviously
Yeah,
is not much.
yeah.
Um, being a nurse, you're also a life coach,
hmm
you're obviously entrepreneur,
hmm
a fantastic mom, and the foundation co-founder. Is it hard to stay energized and focused, or are you kind of like, I've got my passion mapped out.
hmm
This is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
hmm
This is good. I can do this.
Yeah, I think when you find your purpose, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's how you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even though, and the great thing about it is, it's, you know, you're on the right track when the opportunities keep coming,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And so I embrace all of that and all of
Yeah.
those, but I kind of want to keep doing more. And my
Uh-huh.
husband's the same way. So he's got his, we're kind of in that where our
Yeah.
our main businesses are running well,
Mm-hmm.
and we're ready to start some new different, you know,
Yeah.
things. And we're working on some fun things together. But I think what we have to realize is that not everything is going to happen super fast. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to give
Mm-hmm.
ourselves grace and just
Yes.
understand that they're going to happen when they happen. And so we
Okay.
keep working on them a little bit when we can.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing is just really taking time for yourself and having that self-care, and I have to just make myself, even if it's just to go outside, get some fresh air, you know, walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just really helps me to stay grounded
Uh-huh.
and to not get overwhelmed.
What is your favorite thing to do for self-care? Because that is one thing. I open up my computer and
Mhm.
I get wrapped up, and I have all of these massages in my
Yes.
bank, facials, you name it. And this girl washes her face with a bar of soap. So, I mean, what's your favorite thing to do? I also wanted to
Yeah.
ask your favorite product that you cannot live without every day, just to kind of
Oh,
more on a
yes.
personal level before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would have to say my favorite product, I just kind of came about. It's
Mm-hmm.
from Olivita.
Ooh.
And so it is a skincare line I was
Mm.
introduced to from one of my friends recently, and it's olive oil based. And
Okay.
yeah. So I just find that as I'm maturing, my skin really does love, and it's
Yes.
organic, and there's
Okay.
no harmful chemicals in it. So
Yes.
everything I use, I really try to be mindful of what's going into my body
Yes.
and on my body. So I really do love the Olivita products. I just feel like they make me glow, and
Yeah.
the fragrances are all very natural.
Uh-huh.
So I just absolutely love it. And then for self-care, really, I just like to get outside. Nature is
Mm-hmm.
very healing to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a kid, that is where I just love to be catching frogs, lightning bugs, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
at the beach. So I make myself go for a walk, or just take my shoes off and do some grounding outside, you know, in the
Mm-hmm.
grass. Just go out in nature. And I love to play tennis. So tennis
Ooh, okay.
is amazing. And I'm just learning how to play pickleball too, which
Yeah.
is a lot of fun. Ted and I actually play pickleball together. When it comes to tennis, he's very advanced. So it's hard for us to play together. But pickleball, we're more on the same page.
Okay.
So it's something I can do with a great community of women out there,
Yes.
and really
Yes.
connect with like even more women through
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, or just pickleball with my husband.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I have not tried. I've not gotten on the pickleball wagon
Okay.
yet. I played a little bit of tennis, but I can
Yes.
say, no. My daughter's going to be playing tennis at Satellite.
Oh, great.
She tried golf this
Uh-huh.
season. She wasn't volleyball, tried golf,
Okay.
and now she's going to pick up some tennis. So maybe
Good.
that'll give me a reason to get out there and try it.
Yes.
And I haven't heard anyone say they hate pickleball. So
You can't,
I
I mean,
mean,
you're out there with a big
how can you
smile on
not
your
have fun?
face, having a great time.
Yeah.
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 It's silly fun.
Okay.
It's a good time.
Okay. I'm going to try it. I will keep you updated on
Yes.
that.
Good.
So, with everything that you have going on, all
Mhm.
of these organizations, what is the best way for people to kind of research
Mhm.
each portion of what you do
Mhm.
and kind of get involved where they're called? How do
Right.
they how do they contact you, or who would they contact?
Right. So they can contact me directly. It'll either be myself or my sister who's helping me through the Parker Foundation as well at info@theparkerfoundation.com.
Okay.
Our website is theparkerfoundation.com. And then we're on Facebook. We're heavily on social media. So yeah, we share a lot on social media. I think that's one reason the community really embraces us, and as they can see everything, how it's helping people and how active we are, year round and everything that goes on. So we just love sharing that way. So Facebook and Instagram, the Parker Foundation for Autism. So that's one way. And then as far as the other projects we have going on, they're a work in progress. So they're coming, but Hurricane Apparel is one. And then my coaching business that I'm working on is Rise and Rain.
Okay.
So I'm working on that as well. So that's TBA.
That is so exciting. So more of a life coaching?
Yeah. Yeah. So I have to say that I was a very shy person, and it was very difficult for me to use my voice. I did pageants as a child, and then getting into, I would say, like my teen years, I was not comfortable using my voice at all.
Okay.
And so I got out of pageantry, got back into it as a married woman when I was presented with being out there with a platform and understanding that as a married woman in pageantry, that is what it's about. It's not so much about your talents in other ways when you're younger, but it's more about serving the community. And I really connected with that. Okay. And I just thought, what a fun way to get out there and to conquer my fear of public speaking. So I had some great coaches. I had coaches that actually saw something in me and worked with me long and hard to be able to get me where I am today and on the stage. And then I'm at the point where I'm ready to start, helping other women do the same thing.
Okay. You were meant to say that piece because as a woman, as an entrepreneur, as getting more involved in the community, I too, growing up, was very shy. My grandparents played a huge role in my upbringing, and they would always say, be seen and not heard, walk with your hands, behind your back. You walk into a place, you're not speaking till you're spoken to, and all of that. Yeah. They were great, but it was very old school. And I kind of carried that with me. So even though I did have something to say, sometimes I just kept quiet. Yeah. So now in this business, especially being more social and meeting wonderful people in the community like yourself, I've learned that I have to get out there, and speaking is very hard. It's not, this is more casual as a conversation, but on stage. So you had coaches kind of guide you through that.
Yes, performance coaches that helped me. And then I actually took speech classes here at the local college.
Really?
Whatever I could think of to get myself out there and to give myself the opportunity, and I just took every opportunity that I had, used notes if I had to, but the more you say it and the more you speak from your heart and just know yourself and know your platform or your why, then it makes it easy. And it's so empowering to be able to go out and hear yourself and to see people respond to what you have to say. So I just want other women to feel empowered in that way as well.
Well, I can't wait for that segment to come out because I definitely want to learn more about it.
Yep, thanks.
I need your help with speaking, BTW. I do. It's something that's on my heart and something I want to do, and I feel that there's a lot to give, and you've proven that. So
thank you.
Before we wrap up, though, I just want to hear how your pageantry journey started and how you're still involved with that as well.
Yeah. So growing up in South Carolina, pageants are a big thing. Yeah. And I loved to sing and dance when I was young. So I remember my mom, we had a basement at the house where we were, and we would go downstairs and she would practice my routines and my walking and turning. She was my pageant coach, at that time. And I did Cinderella pageants and different pageants. And I did really well, and And then base to base, the bases would actually have like the little Tinkerbell pageant and different things like that. So always took part in that. My little sister did too. And we would just have a blast with it. And then, like I mentioned, you know, as you get older, there's more speaking to be involved. And that's where I froze on stage. I froze. My family thought it was funny. It became a whole thing, you know, or I would say something silly.
Yeah.
And, you know, my brother and my dad would just kind of, you know, poke fun lovingly, but, you know, but that still sticks in your mind.
Yes.
And then, so I got out of that. I got more into sports. I got into soccer. And, you know, being a part of a team for me was just a great way, no matter what base we went to, you know, was to be able to find friends. So I always like to utilize and share that information. But even as a nurse, you know, I had opportunities to get into management. I only made it so far because I was just, you know, you put me in a room with 10 people and that little seed, that little fear would come back. And I just wasn't a strong speaker and never made it, you know, to a certain level that I wanted to. Okay. So that kind of stuck with me, you know. And then at that point I had, Ted and I had Brendan, and then Carson came along, then the autism, and a friend of mine, Joni Nathanson, who was one of my tennis friends, and she was a former, she was in the Mrs. America system. Now she is a Grammy-nominated singer and performer too. And we sat down. This is my picnic table moment. So I like to share this story. Yes. But we sat down on the picnic table. She's like, "Have you ever thought about doing pageants?" And I said, "What are you talking about? They have them for married women?" She's like, "Yes. And the Mrs. America pageant." And I'm like, "Wow, this is amazing." And then I sat there with her and talked to her about it. I'm like, I'm really excited about this. She's like, "You're doing great things in the community and, you know, for autism." And I just think that, you know, she saw something in me. And I cried. I cried because I knew what it was going to take, you know, to get up there. And I had always looked at these women. I'm like, they're so strong and they're so powerful. And look how, you know, empowering it is to be up there and to be able to share your voice in front of all these people. But I just did never think I could do it. So it was a long process. Got up and bombed a few times. But this is where my husband will tell you that that's something that he really loves about me was just the fact that I didn't give up no matter what happened, you know, and year by year, I made steady progress, you know, until finally in 2018, I won that title of Mrs. Florida America, you know, and it was the best thing ever. And my son was there in the audience and my daughter was there. And she was at that age where she was just like, "Wow, mommy, this is so amazing," you know. So that opened a lot of doors for me because I was able to serve across the state of Florida. And that foundation that works, their platform is actually like Victoria's Voice Foundation and opioid epidemic. And so the Seagulls are really big with that, with the fentanyl overdosing and the Narcan, sharing information about that. So I learned a lot about that. So during that time, I love to compete. I love to continue to improve myself. I love having goals. That's what fires me up. I don't think I'm finished competing just yet, but I know that I'm almost there. So you may see me in 2026 on one final stage.
Great.
And then at that point, I know that I'm in a transition to start helping other women, just like other women have helped me along that process.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There's such a fire in your belly. I feel like I'm the same way.
Yeah.
You just wake up in the morning and you just have a great support system. You have, through the foundations, you have a great network of, you know, it's just it's very impactful how you meet people and how they can just shift one little thing and change the trajectory. And
it's true.
So having not spoken to you before, I feel really blessed and empowered to have met you.
Thank you.
I think you're a wonderful person.
Thank you,
and
Jennifer.
Hopefully this conversation will lead to a friendship and then maybe some other things in the future.
I would love that.
But you've been a fabulous guest.
Well,
your
you.
words were truly impactful. So
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Until next time, thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.